after Trump's disastrous loss in the Wisconsin primary, he released a statement to his supporters accusing Cruz of breaking election rules. Now, specifically, the amount of money that Ted Cruz's super PACs have raised and how Ted Cruz allegedly coordinates with these super PACs in order to focus on how that money will be spent. That breaks laws, but there's no evidence to say that that's actually happening. Now, first, Trump's statement says not only was he, Cruz, propelled by the anti-Trump super PAC spending countless millions of dollars on false advertising against Mr. Trump, but he was coordinating with his own super PACs, which is illegal, who totally control him. Now, the reality is there's a huge possibility that Cruz did do that, right? But there are so many loopholes in the ways the laws have been written regarding super PACs that he could easily take advantage of those loopholes, or he could just straight out lie and we'd have to take him at his word. Now, according to OpenSecrets.org, there are 12 pro-Ted Cruz super PACs.
Isn't that amazing?
I know! So they're independent expenditure-only committees that have raised millions of dollars. A group called Keep the Promise 3 has raised the most funds at over $16.5 million. Now, back in July, as BuzzFeed noted, Cruz uploaded hours of footage featuring interviews with his wife Heidi and other supporters. Candidates can do this so that super PACs can use the footage in ads. Okay, so let's stop right there. They're not supposed to work with these super PACs to help them produce ads or tell them how they should use the money for specific ads that attack the opponents. That's against the law. But understand what Ted Cruz did. He just uploaded those interviews on the internet, and he's like, do with it what you wish, right? And these super PACs, of course, are going to use them for their ads, and that's exactly what happened.
So let me build upon that. We did a similar story about this a couple of years ago about Mitch McConnell, because some reporter had found these super weird and goofy videos on Mitch McConnell's website that didn't do anything. It was just Mitch McConnell looking like a creeper, right? He'd be like this.
To be fair, he looks like a creeper without making
that's fair enough. But you'd be like, wait, what the hell is the point of that video? And I explained to the audience, no, that video is for a super PAC.
Yep.
He can't coordinate with them, so if they say, hey, can you send me a shot of Mitch McConnell sitting at his desk, they can't do that. So since they know that they're going to do that, and by the way, often the guys running the super PACs are former chief of staff for that politician. Gee, I wonder if they coordinated right before they started the super PAC. So the chief of staff will tell somebody like Mitch McConnell, hey, I need you to do creeper videos, put them on your website, because then we're going to take snippets of those videos and use them in our ads. But later, they won't be able to say we coordinated.
Right.
So that's why Ted Cruz did all those things on his website. So Trump is actually right. It is a way of coordinating with the super PAC. Now, good luck in proving it, because the law is a mess, as Trump would say.
So it's impossible to prove that Ted Cruz has broken any of these laws, because, again, he could simply just say, I just posted this stuff on the internet, and the super PACs that happened to support me decided to use it in these attack ads against Trump. Now, the reality is every politician can take advantage of the system. Every politician has been taking advantage of the system, with the exception of Bernie Sanders, right? And possibly Trump, because Trump keeps talking about how he has his own money and he doesn't need to do the same fundraising that other politicians have to do. But understand that even though Trump is complaining about this corrupt system that we have in place, he has absolutely no interest in changing it. He's just using the fact that he's funded or self-funded to his advantage, and should he get elected, heaven forbid, well, he's not going to be a fighter to deal with this legalized corruption that we have in this country.
Yeah, so he doesn't plan to do anything about it, but there is value in him pointing this out. And it goes beyond just, hey, broken clock is right twice a day, right? No, Trump is in a unique position. So I'll tell you why. One, doesn't have a super PAC, or doesn't have super PACs at the level that Ted Cruz has 12 of them. Keep the Promise 3. Why, did Keep the Promise 1 and Keep the Promise 2 suck or sink? I don't know. They sound like boats, right? Oh man, Keep the Promise 2 was a disaster. Remember when it ran into that iceberg? Anyway, and they raise an insane amount of money. Now, Trump is in a position, very rare position, where he's a politician that is not beholden to those super PACs, so he can actually attack them.
Yes.
He's not doing the same tricks, so he's free to attack them and point out how absurd they are. Secondly, he's a Republican. Third, he's Trump. So that means no holds barred. So even Bernie Sanders doesn't point this stuff out because that burns a significant bridge within the Democratic Party, because the Democrats also use those super PACs. Bernie's the only one who doesn't. He doesn't want to burn the rest of his party because he likes his party. Whereas Trump doesn't care about the Republican Party at all, and he's a Republican. He'll attack anything, right?
Yep.
That's his modus operandi. Whereas Bernie Sanders is a far more genteel candidate, right?
Yeah, he's a little too genteel.
Right. So Trump is in almost a unique position here where he can point out and go, hey, guys, these super PACs are totally dirty. It's obviously the most corrupt thing you've ever seen. They raise money from these billionaires, and who do you think Ted Cruz works for? He works for the guys who funded his 12 super PACs. And is it illegal? If you investigated it, the only way to prove it is if you found internal emails where Ted Cruz is like, go ahead and run that ad, right?
Right.
So, but the thing is, no Democrat's ever going to investigate that, even if it's Republicans, right?
They're guilty of the same
One,
thing.
they're guilty of the same thing, and two, like Obama, like, don't look backward. No, don't look backward. We only look forward. If I actually prosecuted a Republican, Washington would be really mad at me and call me biased, right? So they keep getting away with it. But if Trump wins, you think he wouldn't investigate his political opponents? And you know, nobody ever investigates this stuff, so you never know if they got sloppy and started writing the emails.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, John Kasich made the mistake the other day. Now, he was doing it in a positive way, but it revealed clear coordination. He said, I told my super PAC not to call Ted Cruz Lyin Ted. Oops. And then he caught himself as he was saying it and said, no, I didn't tell them. I just said it in public. I mean, maybe they heard it, but I said it in public. I didn't tell them.
No,
oh, no. You just said you told them. And that's coordinating with a super PAC, clearly illegal. Is anybody ever going to do anything about it?
These laws are so stupid. These laws regulating super PACs are so lame and so weak. I mean, the fact that if you put this information out in a public forum so the super PACs can get that information and act accordingly, like, that's legal, but you can't speak to them directly. Like, the laws are so weak. It's incredible to me. These are not laws. They're not really regulated when you really think about it.
Now, I don't know if this is a happy thought or a super scary thought. Donald Trump becomes president. First of all, it's already super scary.
Yeah.
Right. And then he goes, let's investigate all the super PACs. Oh, hey, look at that. We did find a couple of emails with Ted Cruz, and John Kasich said it in public. John Kasich and Ted Cruz are now arrested and sent to prison. Okay, so
It'll never happen.
I mean, the happy part of it is, hey, finally somebody enforcing the law. The super scary part is, once you got a guy putting all of his political opponents in jail, that usually doesn't wind up in a good place.